2026 so far hasn't disappointed in terms of media releases. We haven't seen a year like this probably since the pre-COVID era, when the MCU was in its prime with Infinity War, Black Panther, and Endgame, and when the games industry was releasing bangers like Red Dead Redemption 2, and Destiny 2 was fully in its prime at that point. So far this year, we've already seen blockbuster movies like Project Hail Mary, Toy Story 5, a surprise with Obsession, The Odyssey, and SpiderMan Brand New Day, which has already broken the opening weekend box office record with $920 million in revenue, which is just insane. Props to them for making such a big movie on a $225 million budget. And the gaming industry absolutely has not disappointed either this year. It's looking a lot like 2012 and 2013, with Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 being ported to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and they're actually keeping the game updated so that people can play it without it getting hacked. Who would have thought that would work? We've also seen Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which is the remastered version of Black Flag, giving people access to one of the best games in the series in a remastered format. And Halo Campaign Evolved also released, not getting necessarily the best feedback, but it at least scratches the itch for Halo fans because, man, we haven't seen anything from Halo in quite a while. Some new games that have come out this year that have been really good are Resident Evil Requiem, Crimson Desert, 007 First Light, Forza Horizon 6, and a new LEGO game, of course, LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So no matter who you are, there's been something to scratch your itch this year, except for Elder Scrolls fans. Okay, so now let's talk about some movies and games that I'm excited for that are coming out in the last 4 months of 2026. So first, let's start with movies. I'm personally excited for Dune 3. Knowing that this is the final movie has me really excited to see how they end the story. I really hope they wrap it up nicely with a nice bow wrapped around it. And they don't leave us asking questions. If they're going to end the series, let's end it with a true resolution. I'm sure there will be spin-offs in the future and stuff, but for this main story, I don't want to be coming out of this movie asking a bunch of questions that could only be answered by a fourth movie. If you're going to end it, truly end it and give us the resolution we desire. I'm also really excited about Avengers Doomsday. So I used to really be into Marvel and the MCU, like big time. I would watch every single movie in chronological order, probably twice a year. Like, it was insane. And I really haven't been into Marvel as much recently. I did just watch the new SpiderMan, which was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, honestly. But until that movie, or until like the last 3 movies with First Steps, Thunderbolts, and now Spider-Man, I really haven't been into Marvel very much. They've kind of dove off a cliff with this whole multiverse saga. So in Doomsday, Robert Downey Jr. is back as Dr. Doom, which I don't really know how to feel about. I love RDJ, but it's also hard to see him as anyone but Iron Man. So I'm really interested in seeing how they make this work. I love nostalgia, but please don't give me a story that uses nostalgia to pull me in. Give me something new that will make me nostalgic in the future for this movie. This is also the first Avengers movie since 2019, which was before COVID. It was 7 years ago, which in my mind, that's just insane. And it's the first one in the multiverse saga of the MCU, which, as I mentioned before, it started off well with Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No Way Home. And even Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty good. Then it dropped off a cliff. I haven't even watched every single thing. Like, I think I watched Eternals, but other than that, I haven't watched very many of the new shows or the new movies. I watched a few. None of them have really tickled my fancy. until, like I said, the most recent three of Fantastic Four First Steps, Thunderbolts, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. So let's hope they continue this climb with Doomsday, because that's all the Marvel we're going to get until probably the end of 2027 with Secret Wars, which is going to continue however Doomsday ends. Other movies that have potential that I'm not as excited for going into the end of this year are Jumanji Open World. I don't think I watched the second Jumanji. I watched the first one. It was good comedy, good humor, but not something that I absolutely loved or anything like that. But I know a lot of people like Jumanji, so I think it has good potential. It's always fun when you put Kevin Hart and The Rock together. And then I also think Clayface has potential. Like, DC hasn't done much for me ever, really. I mean, I love the old shows like The Flash, Arrow back in the day, but since then it's kind of like the MCU multiverse saga. I haven't watched DC in forever. Supergirl didn't really excite me at all. But the trailers so far for Clayface look pretty good. So I actually think I will be watching this one, and I hope it's good. DC really needs something good. It's been a while for them. All right, so now let's talk about some upcoming games coming in this last third of 2026. First, we're going to start with ones that I'm personally really excited for. Marvel's Wolverine, number one. I have absolutely loved everything that Insomniac Games has created for the most part. SpiderMan and Miles Morales both were some of my favorite single-player games growing up when I was in high school. These games were 2 of the 4 or 5 that I've platinumed on PlayStation, and Spider-Man 2 was also good. It wasn't quite as good as the other 2, but at the same time, just being able to be Spider-Man and swing around the city was enough for me. I spent hours just swinging around the city of New York in a video game. It was fantastic. It was so satisfying. So I can't wait to see what they do with the Wolverine franchise and how they incorporate the more gruesome and violent nature of his character into the game. Based on the trailers, it already looks pretty good, and we don't have to wait long with the game releasing in a month on September 15th. I'm also excited for Modern Warfare 4. Yes, I know, I'm a Call of Duty guy, so every year I like to see what they do with a new release, even though usually I come out of it feeling pretty disappointed. I'm excited that they're removing Omni movement, so people aren't jumping off of walls anymore. I've always been a Treyarch guy personally, but these last 2 years just haven't been quite the same. Not as good as Cold War, not as good as Black Ops 3, and obviously Black Ops 2. So I'm going into this game with no expectations. I hope it's good, but if it flops, which it most likely will, then I'll still have Black Ops and Black Ops 2 to hold me over for the next year or so, until whatever the next Call of Duty game is that comes out in 2027. And of course, unsurprisingly, my most anticipated game of the year and probably all time is the most anticipated game of all time, GTA 6. I'm excited for this game, obviously, as anybody is. Rockstar Games is like yet to ever disappoint me in my lifetime, which they've only really released 3 or 4 games in my lifetime. But I think this will most likely be a game that I play for the next 10 plus years, like I did with GTA 5. And it goes without saying, this game is going to break all the records in the entertainment industry. It's probably going to create new records that didn't even exist before. So hopefully we do start seeing some more info and marketing on the game soon. I know that's been a big topic in the community, is when is trailer 3? When's the gameplay trailer? Honestly, at this point, I hope we just see a gameplay trailer, because we're 3 months away from the game, which is crazy. But yeah, there's literally nothing right before GTA 6 and right after GTA 6. So we're ending the year off quite strong with GTA 6, and that is really exciting. So as we've talked about, 2026 has shown a return to form in the film industry that has been absent since before COVID. People are excited to go back to the movie theater again. the games industry also continues to thrive this year, and it will take a bow with the most anticipated game of all time to finish out the year. Looking forward to the future, we know that the future is bright, besides obviously losing discs in 2028, but again, that's a conversation for another time. We've got confirmation of both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas being remastered, and as well as a new Fallout game by Obsidian. Hopefully Elder Scrolls 6 before 2030. We got Senua, a Hellblade game, coming out hopefully in 2027 still. And then of course Avengers Secret War coming out at the end of 2027. So what are you excited for? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you're interested in knowing more about the games and entertainment industries, then you're in the right place. So please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.